Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I finally got my Transformers the movie reissue Thundercracker and Starscream. This is really a surprise because I was able to order these online from Big W. Normally when they have items you can't pick the item you want. It's just an assortment and it's just a matter of luck which one you get, so it really doesn't work for collectors. So I haven't been able to order any of the Masters Universe or Transformers stuff from them online. But these ones actually were able to order online and you're able to pick them. They only had these two and Hound. There was also a Hot Rod, but that I've seen online, but it hasn't been released at Big W. So these I think are exclusive to Big W. So yeah, I'm pretty happy because they are recolors. I mean, this is the actual Starscream I've wanted for a long time because he's actually got the light blue parts and the orange canopy or whatever it's called. So I almost bought the Takara version a few years ago, but I didn't for various reasons, and I'm glad I didn't now because this is better, because the Takara one had the blue nose, which he actually doesn't have in the cartoon, and so forth. So I'm glad I waited for this now, and we get a lighter Thundercracker because the original was darker than he should have been. Although this looks a lot darker than the pictures of the toy, so I hope it's light enough to make a difference. But yes, he yep. I'm gonna start with Starscream. Now the packaging is interesting. The actual images are actually they're basically the universe generations. I don't know what name they're going under, but they did newer versions of all the jets, and the photos that, so they don't have new artwork and not artwork based on the actual figures. At least they have pictures of the actual figure on the side. Okay, let's see how these are packaged. Now these of course have no plastic, the boxes. Okay, so he's just, okay. Of course no plastic bag, they're wrapped in paper. That's kind of funny. Okay, how do I open that? Wow. I haven't bought any of these no plastic items before. There's something stuck in the bottom there. Okay. Okay, so the blue, it is lighter obviously than the original Starscream, but it's not quite the blue I thought it was going to be. I mean, it looks the same on camera, but in person it's a little bit greener. And he's also a little bit warmer grey than I thought he was going to be. It's so weird to see these little paper ties instead of the usual plastic or plastic covered metal. Oh, there's more. Oh wow. Would they be easy to cut? No. Okay. So yeah, so he's not quite the grey I was expecting from Starscream. But the inside of his head is black. Oh wow, he's yeah. For some reason I thought the symbols would be different sides. I mean, not upside down. Wow, that's 4 minutes already. Now this is part of the problem. Things like this, they make them long to avoid choking risks for children. I've slipped off the edge. So that, I mean, you can always just cut them short, stick them in, but they won't fire out. And these ones are insanely long. They are longer than what, oh wow. I didn't notice that. Oh, damn. They are way longer than they should be. Yeah. And we don't have stickers on the wings, it's all painted. Yeah. His hands can actually hold Megatron, which is another cool thing. So yeah, so you can either put it in the hand like that, or you can attach the bottom part of the gun and just display it as a gun. And last two pieces. So yeah, let's do a little comparison. You know, the colour is closer than what I thought, but I don't know, it looked odd in the box. So we've got the dark side vent things on his face. We've got the orange canopy with the grey lines. We have the light blue. We have the Megatron gun he can hold. But we also have, and that is die-cast metal painted red, but we also have the insanely long guns, which they don't need to be that long. Even the choking hassle issue doesn't have to be that long. So that's a bit crazy. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, let's go on to Thundercracker. Actually, I might have to do a separate video for this. This is going awry. Oh no. Oh, at least he is a lighter colour, which is what I was hoping, because I wasn't 100% sure when I first saw him. And I think, no, I have to cut a couple of these. I guess I was expecting it just to be in plastic or something. A lot easier to get out. Okay, so very glad to say he is light, like he looked in the pictures. So I was kind of expecting it, but then when I saw the picture on the back of the actual box in person, it looked a lot darker. Let's see if I can transform him quicker than Starscream. Well, not transforming, just weaponizing. That's really rough there, that joint. So yeah, one thing I was worried about was it looked like his chest plate was going to be plastic. I thought, well, it should be painted die-cast metal like Starscream, but it looked like it was plastic in some of the photos, so I was worried about that. I was sure it was plastic, but it's not. It's die-cast metal. I'm very glad about that. Now this one, oddly enough, you get a Megatron gun for him to hold as well. I mean, that's cool. But, you know, I feel like Starscream was Megatron's main sort of carrier. Yeah, same problem here, the lasers are way too long. Now with Starscream, fortunately, because he's basically the same colour skin, the main body is the same colour, you could easily get a couple of spare vintage Starscream or reissue Starscream lasers and put them in, and it'll work, it'll match. But that one, not so much. Let's do a comparison. Yes, way lighter, looks much more like the original. Well, not the original, but the cartoon version. So yeah. Very happy with that. I mean, he always had the orange canopy, but he was way too dark and just never looked right. So I'm pretty happy with that. And also a little bit of a comparison. That's the one of the later ones that they did. So that was lighter, and this is lighter again. And the Starscream one, sort of the same problem. This one, the blue's too dark. But yes. Here are my two new Transformers. My camera is so off today. If it gets shifted, I didn't realise. Do we get decent instructions? A bit disappointing there. I was hoping they might recreate the originals. They're just line drawings like the later ones. A little bit of colour, but yeah, I was hoping for some original artwork or photography or something. Yeah, a bit disappointing there. And of course, Thundercracker's the same. Battery in my camera's been flashing the whole time. I've expected to switch off and have to start again, but it hasn't happened. So yeah, I'm glad I got these. I really wanted the Takara reissue for ages. Oh, the way I'm leaning, my knee is shaking. It's shaking the camera. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't get it because I like this one better. Even though we got these really long laser torpedo things. But yeah, so I've got them finally. Finally got a cartoon accurate coloured Thundercracker and Starscream. Something I noticed, the text specs on the back are much narrower, and I don't understand why, because there's plenty of space here of just wasted space. They could have moved this along. They could have even put these up here. There's a lot of space on the back of here. The design, there isn't a lot of detail. You really miss that big battle scene that you would have on the back of all the original Transformers cartoons, because it was quite, even if it wasn't dense, it was just sort of complicated. And this is just really flat, and there's all this waste of space here, but yet they've scrunched down the text specs, unless they're trying to make them more card size. I don't know. And also, I think they're so dark. I think they're designed so you don't actually need the red cellophane, which they didn't include. So that's a little disappointing. But yeah, I just want to do a bit of a comparison between the original torpedoes and the new ones. As you can see, I think these are meant to be this long because it's supposed to stop choking or something, because they're too big to go down a child's throat or something. But with these ones, it's very easy if you don't want to display it the way they are and you care less about them shooting out than displaying. You can just cut that off and display the end, because the end is basically identical. But this one, they should have done the same thing. They should have had the exact same shape at the end and a big long stick, basically. Instead, they've basically extended that part, and you can't really do anything about it. You're just stuck with it. Whereas if they had made that the same size and extended, you know, the bit before it, then if you didn't want to display it, didn't want it to look like that, you could cut it off. So I'm very, very disappointed about that. That's a strange move, or a mistake, I would say. And I also just wanted to point out that now they both have faces and red eyes. The originals just had little gold foil sort of stickers for the eyes, and the black molded face, but the rest was all the colour of the jet. So that's a nice little touch, along with the lines on the canopy and the slightly more cartoon accurate detail, or at least trying to be, whereas the stickers were, you know, a bit more than what we saw in the cartoons, although they did cover the screws. And just before I go, I just thought I'd show what the little Megatron gun looks like when it's actually put together. It's pretty cool. It's even got a tiny little Decepticon symbol on the side. And the Thundercracker torpedoes are the incredibly long ones as well. And again, they're still longer than they need to be, really. the laser ones particularly. And one other thing I did notice is Thundercracker's little wheel that goes on the front is actually grey. Starscream's is black, like all the other ones are black, and it's probably because Thundercracker's fists are actually grey, not black. Like they were in the cartoon, they weren't actually black. So yes, I'm glad that we've got a more cartoon accurate one. Those are just a couple of little things I noticed. At the end of the day, I'm happy I've got them. I'm glad that this is die-cast metal and not plastic. And yep, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.